Hey everybody, welcome to this achievement guide for Bioshock Remastered on the Xbox One. Today we're going for two achievements, Collector and Electrician on the Challenge Room, A Shocking Turn of Events. Now, these two achievements should be done at the same time as you're kind of exploring the entire challenge room itself, so it's a good idea to complete them as you go. Now, one thing to make sure you do throughout this challenge room for these two achievements is to collect every single item available. The reason you want that is so that you can acquire as many items as you can. You want the automatic hack tool, and you want to be able to craft electric bucks and trap bolts, so that way you can power up the Ferris wheel multiple times for the Electrician achievement. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting up the challenge room, you want to pull the lever to shock yourself to really begin the level. So once you've started the level, you want to pick up the electric buck and the shotgun to then move on forward through the level. And we're going to be looting literally everything we come across. Even though we may not know for sure if it's useful, we just want to make sure we pick up everything possible. So check every area for anything that you think you might miss, and make sure you pick up everything you can. Now moving forward, we don't need to worry too much about this next door here. We don't need any electric bucks. We're going to let the splicer open the door for us, and we are going to power up the elevator now that it's been powered up. First thing we're going to do is pick up our very first rose. We passed by our second rose right there, but here's our first one. Pick up the rose right there, turn on the elevator again to bring it down, and we are going to be picking up our second rose within this little area right here. So that is rose number 2. Make sure you loot that body for what it's worth, and then continue on looking through this area. You want to pick up static discharge, and you want to make sure that you pick up the trap bolt that is found on the dead body in this area. So you can see I'm just spamming A as I go along this area. It really doesn't, you really don't need to pick up all these beers and stuff and drink everything. I'm just going through the area and making sure I'm thorough, and as thorough as possible, getting everything. So pick up the trap bolt for sure from this dead body, and then continue on. Now that we are down at the beginning area of this level, where we will be charging up the Ferris wheel 9 times, we're going to shoot it for the first time with our electric buck. The second and third charge comes from splicers found within the area close to the charge station. We will be using the static discharge tonic to allow them to hit us near the charge station, which will then power it up for that instance. So after you take out this splicer here with your static discharge, the next splicer is found in the washroom, and so is the following rows. Luring a splicer to the discharge station is kind of annoying. Sometimes they just like to run around and really avoid you, even though they're aggro on you, but really just keep getting in their face and keep luring them back towards the charge station. And after long enough, you will kill them and charge up the station. Now, with this splicer taken care of, we are headed to the washroom like I had mentioned before. We are going to go ahead and lure this splicer out and to the charge station and repeat the same process as we did with the previous splicer. Now that we have taken out the 2 splicers in this area, head back to the washroom to find the third rose on top of a painting. Now headed to the 4th rose. This 4th rose is in the area that we sort of had to chase the first splicer into. It is right behind the gate. You just need to get the proper angle to see it. This 5th rose is actually super well hidden. Like, you wouldn't find it unless you were, really looking. So you go to the main area with all the carnival stuff here, and you look into the little sister sort of doorway, and it's right there. Now moving on to roses 6 and 7, we are going to be looking on the 2 booths on the left side at the back. So in the far right barrel on the second booth, you will find rose number 6, and then you want to break the bottom balloon on the right side, and that will give you rose number 7. You also want to make sure that you loot that dead body there for sure, because you will get a trap bolt from that dead body which we need to power up the charging station. And then make sure you head to the rear of the statue to pick up the chemical thrower. Now we're going to be going into this locked area and entering in the code 1951, which will unlock it for us, and we will then lure out the splicer found in here and bring them to the charging station. So let's go do that really quick. So again, repeating the process we did with the other two splicers, allowing the splicer to hit us, and static discharge is going to go off, and then we are going to power up the Ferris wheel. Now we're continuing back towards the area that we came from. So right here is actually a really cool puzzle. You are setting things on fire to melt the ice. So you want to pick up the dead body from this area here, set it on fire, and then we're going to be going to the top of the stairs, melting ice as we go along, and that will reveal the rose for us. Now, we're also going to be melting a few other things to make sure we get enough ingredients or crafting materials. So you want to make sure that you pick up something small that you can set on fire, and the teddy bear is the perfect size. So we're going to teddy bear, set it on fire, and drop it down this pipe here, which will melt the ice and let us pick up this electric buck, this automatic hack tool, and a few other miscellaneous things. So we're going to use telekinesis to pick up the electric buck, and we're going to pick up the automatic hack tool. And once this area is emptied, underneath the grate is emptied, we are going to look up into the pipe where we will find rows 8 out of 10. Now that we have the rows in this room, we are going to be heading to the back of this area again, to the room that we unlocked before with the splicer in it, where we can find rows 9 out of 10 on the ceiling. With that back area cleared out, we are going to be heading into this back office here where we are going to interact with the safe. This triggers a few electrobolt traps to show up, and then we're going to use that electrobolt to electrify the safe, which will then unlock it, and we can pick up the crossbow. So do that really quick. Make sure you loot the area surrounding it as well. Get the crossbow and then head out. You won't take too much damage, so don't worry about clearing out the area as you leave. Before passing by that crafting station, we're going to make sure we craft the remaining items that we do need to power up. Get some electric gel, get a trap bolt, and then we have everything we need to power up the Ferris wheel up to 9 times. You do want to keep in mind that this charging station does have sort of a period of time where it, the Ferris wheel has to spin, and then you are able to once again shoot it to power up the station again. You want to make sure you don't waste any bullets or any crossbow bolts trying to power it up again when it won't let you power it up. It would really suck for you to put in all this work and then you sort of have to restart because you lost 1 or 2 bullets to this annoying, just tedious task. So make sure that when you do use the crossbow bolts, you shoot the machine on its body and then you walk into the line that you have set, so that way it triggers the electricity. Once you've taken care of 9 power-ups, you'll know because the achievement should pop right away. That's all you need to do, and the achievement is yours. And if you look to the left in that gear right there in the center of that cog, the final rose has also shown up. So make sure you power it up 9 times and you have got the achievement. Now going away from the charging station, picking up that final rose right there, the achievement collector will be yours once you complete the level fully. So make sure you rescue the little sister and the achievement will be yours. So that is it for this video guide. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video and stick around and subscribe to this channel for more achievement guides from me.